Special Envoy Qian Bo, thank you very much for joining us. China and Nauru resumed diplomatic ties on January the 24th. In recent decades, ties between the two countries have seen twists and turns. So how did the two sides manage to normalize ties this time? Is the recognition of the One China principle the core issue in the process?
The resumption of diplomatic relations between China and Nauru has once again made it clear that there is but one China in the world, that the government of the People's Republic of China is the sole legitimate government representing the whole of China, and that Taiwan is an inalienable part of China's territory. This is an undeniable fact, as well as a general consensus of the international community, and a recognized basic norm in international relations. Nauru, as a sovereign and independent country, has made this important decision on its own in light of the prevailing situation of the times, standing on the side of the overwhelming majority of the world's countries, on the side of historical correctness, and on the side of international justice, and in line with the common will of the people of China and Nauru, and in full conformity with the fundamental and long-term interests of the two countries, for which we express our deep appreciation. China and Nauru are the world's third largest and third smallest countries in terms of land area, respectively. However, China has always believed that all countries, regardless of their size, strength, or wealth, are equal members of the international community, have a say in international affairs, and have the right to achieve development and revitalization. The friendly exchanges between China and Nauru have a long history. The two peoples are good friends, and the two countries have never stopped exchanges in the field of economy and trade, culture, and people-to-people contacts. In early 20th century, some phosphate miners from Hong Kong went to Nauru to make a living, and they became the first group of Chinese reaching Nauru. Now there are about 500 overseas Chinese working and living in Nauru. The Awo Port Upgrade Project and the photovoltaics and power storage system project are carried out by Chinese enterprises, contributing to Nauru's national construction. The decision of resuming diplomatic relations with China is made independently by the Nauru government. Given the exchanges and cooperation between China and Nauru, the resumption of diplomatic relations is in fact a natural result.
What will the resumption of bilateral ties bring to the two countries and the two peoples?
Nauru, as an island country, has rich marine and mineral resources. China has a super large market, as well as capital, technology, and talent advantages. The two countries have obvious complementarities. In recent years, Chinese products such as machine parts, semiconductor components, and plastic tableware have gradually entered Nauru's market, and Nauru's equipment, accessories, and featured clothes are known to Chinese people. Now China and Nauru have officially resumed diplomatic relations. There is no longer any political obstacle for the two countries to cooperate. China is willing to make further cooperation with Nauru in areas of infrastructure, agriculture and fishery, clean energy, tourism, resource development, connectivity, and promote exchanges of governance, and bring real benefits to the two peoples. Nauru has expressed its intention to join Belt and Road Cooperation at an early date and to actively participate in the cooperation under GDI. China welcomes Nauru to join those two initiatives.
Now let's talk about some specific issues. Phosphate. Rich deposit of phosphate was discovered in Nauru back in 1900. Since 2005, the country has resumed mining and exporting of phosphate. However, the current reserve is estimated to last only about 30 years. Some analysts are saying that maybe the country is facing a challenge to diversify its economy. If that's the case, what role can China play?
Development is the major issue of common concern to countries around the world. In 2021, President Xi Jinping proposed the Global Development Initiative, calling for commitment to development as a priority, a people-centered approach, benefits for all, innovation-driven development, harmony between man and nature, and results-oriented actions. The GDI has played a positive role in promoting world economic recovery and development. China stands ready to share development experience and discuss cooperation on projects contributing to Nauru's sustainable development, like soil restoration, addressing climate change, municipal facilities construction, healthcare and personnel training, and etc. We can also cooperate on phosphate mining in a more scientific and sustainable approach.
Pacific Island countries like Nauru are particularly vulnerable to climate change. How will the two countries work together to deal with climate issues?
Small island countries like Nauru face special difficulties in addressing climate change. China stands ready to work with Nauru to promote the implementation of consensus reached at the United Nations Climate Change Conference, that is COP28, to uphold the rights and interests of developing countries and to boost full and effective implementation of the Paris Agreement. China is also ready to work with Nauru to increase policy dialogue on climate change, to strengthen green and low-carbon cooperation, and do what we can to help Nauru fight climate change through the framework of South-South cooperation and bilateral channels.